trying to deal with everything. Many moments going through my mind. Can't even tell myself. How can I tell somebody else that I'm in misery and pain so insane, and it's driving me crazy? Right and wrong, I have to figure out. When I'm feeling up, life always brings me down. I'd rather be lost than ever be found. Try all they want, they'll never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? Rather be lost than ever be found. Try all they want, they'll never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? Put you in the dark, put you in my heart. Cause I'm smiling, yeah I'm smiling on the outside. Know it from the start, tearing me apart. But I'm dying, yeah I'm dying on the outside. Trying to change the way I feel. She talks won't work on me. Wanna know if this is real? I'll show the face I want you to see. Been days since I last slept. So many thoughts that to forget. But my dreams set me free every day. Must believe in a new reality. I know I'm not alone, but I'm losing down. Trying to keep the faith, but I don't know how. Rather be lost than ever be found. Trying to live and never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? Rather be lost than ever be found. Trying they want to never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? Put you in the dark, put you in my heart. Cause I'm smiling, yeah I'm smiling on the outside. Know it from the start, tearing me apart. Yeah I'm dying, yeah I'm dying on the outside. There's a side of me you won't see. No, you'll never meet the real me. There's a side of me you won't see. No, you'll never meet the real me. Rather be lost than ever be found. Try all they want, they'll never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? Rather be lost than ever be found. Try all they want, they'll never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? Keep you in the dark. Have you felt my heart? Know it from the start. Tearing me apart. But I'm dying on the inside. Smiling is out! We cheer. I'm so excited this song's out. I've never been so pumped to have a song out because this song just makes me so happy on so many levels. I mean, I'm a cheerleader for it, and being a cheerleader is the funnest thing ever. I recommend it. It's super fun. But let's get into the release party. Are you ready to have a release party? And yes, that was the first little bit of smiling that you got to see. I really hope you love it, and if you don't relate to the song, I still hope you enjoy the beat. I'd rather be lost than ever be found. Try all they want, they'll never figure me out. And if you do relate to it, I hope you feel less alone, and people do care, even though it feels like they don't, which is what I wrote the song about. But let's get into what I really wrote the song about, which is the lyric by Lyric. Are you ready to go? Let's do it. Okay. I know that I gotta hide, wish the world was on my side. So I kind of wrote that lyric because I really felt like I had to hide from the world, and I just didn't feel like anybody in the world accepted me for who I was. I didn't feel like the world accepted me. I just felt extremely misunderstood and isolated, and like I was very forced into hiding who I was and very stifled and just kind of like, I don't mean to have a victim mentality at all, but I did at that point when I wrote the song kind of feel like the world was against me in certain type of ways, and not even necessarily the world as a whole, but just people. And just truly, I just didn't feel accepted for who I was, and like anybody in the world cared about me at all, which is really sad, but it is how I felt when I wrote the song. Trying to deal with everything, many moments going through my mind. Okay, so at this point, I was just dealing with a lot of stuff, like so much stuff at one time. And when it's like, you just go through that stage of life where it's like so much is happening. It's like there's transition in your life, you're starting a new school, you have to do all this schoolwork. Is that pom-poms? Yes! Cheerleader. Because Smiling is out! Finally. I'm so excited it's out. But yeah, and just there's like all this stuff going on, and I felt like there was so much stuff going on at one moment, and it was just too much to keep up with. It was just a lot to deal with at one time that I couldn't even like handle it or process it all because it was just too much. So you become a cheerleader? Yes, I did become a cheerleader because I'll get more into the theme later and why it's the theme, and I'm also going to go into the music video a little bit later and the story of the music video and everything. And it's going to be really, really fun, so definitely stay tuned. And all this will be on YouTube later too if you have to go or anything. Can't even tell myself, how can I tell somebody else that I'm a misery and pain so insane, and it's driving me crazy. Okay, so this was that, like, when you're going through a hard time, everybody's like, talk to somebody, like, let people know how you feel. But, and I felt like a little bit of a hypocrite because I tell people to do that, and I do believe in that 100%. But at the time, I really had a hard time talking to anybody about what I was going through. But the reason why I had such a hard time talking about it was because I couldn't even admit it to myself. Does that make sense? Like, I couldn't even say it out loud, everything that was happening, if that makes sense. So it was like, I can't tell myself, how can I tell somebody else? Because it was just, the pain was so deep and so sad. I'm gonna sleep. Caroline, take care. Oh, have a great sleep. Hope you have a really, really good, powerful sleep. And it's driving me crazy. Right and wrong, I have to figure out. When I'm feeling up, life always brings me down. So, and I wanted to make sure this song was not a negative song. I wanted to make sure that there was always positivity and hope in this song, because at the end of the day, we all go through hard times. We all go through struggles, 100%. I go through struggles. You go through struggles. We all go through struggles. But I always try to be a very positive person at the end of the day, and I always try to have a positive outlook on life in general. But I just had to figure out, because I would try really hard to be positive and try super, super hard to have a positive outlook, but it would be so hard because I'd try to be positive and I'd just kind of get there, and then something would happen to bring me back down, and I'd be like, I'm really trying to be positive here. I'm trying really, really hard. So it was kind of that struggle because, you try so hard, but it's like, why does this happening? But I definitely wanted that lyric to be like, I try to figure out, because it's about trying to fix the problem and not just necessarily running away from the problem, but trying to fix it. Right, I just finished working on hard schoolwork. Oh, that's the worst. I feel you. Let's go to the chorus. Rather be lost than ever be found. Trial they won't, they'll never figure me out. So that's kind of like that mystery of like, yeah, I'd rather be lost than ever be found. You're not going to figure me out, because it's hard to feel like people are going to figure me out, because I didn't feel like people would get it. You know, it's just like, you're not even gonna get it, so why even bother? Like, why even try, you know? I haven't listened to the full song yet, but the preview was really good. Thank you for listening to the preview. I'm happy you like it. If you listen to the whole song, I hope you love it. I love it so much, so I hope you love it too. Ever be found, try all they want, they'll never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? So basically, I actually think when you're going through a difficult time, I do think that you have to be careful about who you tell what you're going through to. Because usually if you're going through a difficult time or just going through a hard season or any type of thing, it's like you're in somewhat of a fragile state. And if you tell the wrong person, they can make you feel so much worse. And they, you know, or if they just have the wrong reaction, and that can send you down another spiral. And it's so hard because you don't want to give other people the power to control your emotions. So sometimes it's just easier to keep it to yourself and be like, yeah, I'm not going to tell you. I always think it's great if you could find like one or two people to tell things to. I think that's so beautiful and so awesome. But it's like, you don't got to tell anybody. And it's kind of, in the song in a little bit in that way, it's kind of like being proud of my introvertness a little bit, of like, most of you don't even care, so I'm not gonna like pour my heart out completely and show you all my scars. You know, like, I need something for me. I need some things private, if that makes sense. So yeah. Keep you in the dark, hide you from my heart, 'cause I'm smiling, yeah, I'm smiling on the outside, know it from the start, tearing me apart, but I'm dying, yeah, I'm dying on the inside. So you are a sage now. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I tell you my BFFs, my troubles, just you guys. That's great. I think it's great to have a close circle where you can tell people your troubles, but you know, you don't have to tell everybody. You're allowed to have, you know, people aren't just, I just personally don't think people are just entitled to know like everything about you. I think you're allowed to keep things to yourself and keep things private, and that's like your right as a human being. And I felt in certain relationships and certain situationships and with certain bullies and people very pressured to like spill my guts out, but I've really gotten to the point where it's like, you know what, like, you're not entitled to that information, and I really don't have to tell you all my deepest, darkest secrets. I don't. So bye, Felicia. Yeah, okay, so anyways, keep you in the dark, hide you from my heart. So that's kind of like, in that way, that's kind of the coping mechanism of denial, because I actually think denial is such a true coping mechanism. When something happens and you're just like, I'm blocking it out, because I don't know if you are like this, but I'm like this, where if something really bad happens, I'm weirdly very good at blocking it out, and I will just completely block it out and be like, keep you in the dark, hide you from my heart, and it's hard because maybe that's not the healthiest thing to do, but I kind of have to, because I take things on very deeply, and I write songs, you know me. I feel things extremely, extremely deeply, and so if I take everything on, it's just way too much for me, and it's like way too emotional. Like, even with other people, like when people tell me their struggles, like I can get so emotionally attached and so into it, and like I almost have to find a way to forget about it because the burden becomes way too heavy, if that makes sense. I feel deep things too, yeah. It's hard when you feel things really deep, it really is. But you're so cute, Princess. Oh, thank you, that's very sweet, AJ. It means that you are a very wise person with decades of experience. Aw, thank you. That is so sweet of you. But yeah, I'm smiling, yeah, I'm smiling on the outside. Then know it from the start, tearing me apart. But I'm dying, yeah, I'm dying on the inside. So that's kind of like, I know I'm dying on the inside, but I want to be strong, and I don't want to share it with anybody, and I don't want to let my guard down too much. And also it's so hard because, like I said last night, I think people really feel off energy, and it's really hard because if you're around people and you have a really negative outlook, you feel like you're bringing them down. And, I always want to be a positive person and uplift people, so you feel that pressure to just, smile and be like, but sometimes you are going through a lot, and it's hard. Yeah. Verse 2. Shoot. Dying, yeah, I'm dying on the inside. Trying to change the way I feel. Cheap talks won't work on me. So it's like you really, really try to change the way you feel. Like I said, it's like that fight to be positive and that fight to be happy and to feel better. But it's like cheap talks won't work on me. And it's so hard because sometimes you don't know. There's just nothing that anybody could say that could make you feel better at a given moment. Like, you really can't. And even I feel that way with you sometimes when I talk to you, and you're like, oh, I'm so depressed. And I always say, like, it'll get better, things will get better. But sometimes I even feel bad saying that because I know, having, been in sad places myself, that, sometimes when people just say things will get better, you're like, yeah, when? Okay, sure. You get in that state where you're like, thank you. You know what I mean? But it is true. But it's kind of when you're in that state, it's just like, cheap talks won't work on me. There's anything anybody could say that would make me feel better. Although, I really do encourage you, if you're going through these dark moments, to not lash out at ones you love, because it can be so easy to just lash out at people who you love and who are great people, just because you're in such a dark place or just such a sad mood or in a bad mood. But I try your best not to, because they love you and they care and they're trying their best. On the impression game, I got 2 people right, which were Nicki Minaj and Sia. Oh, that's good. That's good. This song is me on a daily basis on every little problem. I feel you. Same. Maybe that's why we're so close. We get each other. Cheeks out, don't work on me. Wanna know if this is real. So it's kind of like that, wanna know if this is real, because I don't know if you're like this, but I get to a place where sometimes I really question myself. And I question if my perspective's right a little bit, and I'm like, am I manifesting these problems, or are these problems real? Because I never want to be somebody who makes problems or makes something a big deal, or I'm like, am I overreacting? Is this real? I can very question myself. I overthink a lot, so that's what that's referring to. And then, I'll show the face I want you to see. And then that's basically saying, to the world, to friends, to loved ones, I'm just going to show the face that they want to see, because I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to burden them with my problems. I don't want to bring them down. So I'm just going to act like everything's okay. And then maybe if I act like everything's okay, then maybe everything will become okay. In days since I last slept, so many thoughts left to forget. So this was about having trouble sleeping, because I really was having trouble sleeping. Even last night I was kind of having trouble sleeping. Not that bad trouble, but I weirdly woke up at 3 a.m. and was like, it was weird. Anyways, and then I woke up at 5 a.m. I think I was just really excited about the release. I don't know. But yeah, that, so many thoughts left to forget, because for me, I don't know, sometimes things in the past will haunt me to this day, if that makes sense. And I'll be like, I don't know, I'll be really hung up on the past, and I can't stop thinking about it. And then it's like at night when you go to sleep, you just start thinking about the past, and you think about things that you could have done differently. You think of, did I do something wrong? and like I'll think of crazy things. I'm like, I said a rude thing to my friend when I was in 4th grade, and that was so wrong of me, and I shouldn't have said that. And I'll think about that like yesterday, and it's like, why am I still mad at myself over like a dumb comment I made in 4th grade? You know what I mean? It's like I'm very much like that. Call me a child, but I usually like to talking to an imaginary friend. I actually think that's a great coping mechanism because that way you get it out. You have to let it go. See, that's what I've learned, and I've learned that a lot this year. And I've gotten, like, from the time I wrote this song, I've gotten so much better where I feel like at this point I've like completely let go of the past, and I really just focus on the present and the future because I think that's the way to live. I slept again at 6 a.m. yesterday. Oh my gosh! And then woke up again at 7 for school. That is great. I knew you would get the been days since I last slept line because you don't sleep. You're not a burden. Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. Noodle.nem. That is so sweet. You're the best. You're actually so sweet. Sometimes it's hard to let go. Yeah, it's hard to let go, and I think letting go of the past and even forgiveness and all that stuff, I think it's a journey, and I think it's a process, and I think it takes time, but I do think you can get there with time and forgiveness and being kind to yourself, 100%. So many thoughts left to forget, but my dreams set me free. Every day must believe in a new reality. So that's one of my favorite lines because that's really when you see some optimism starting to come in, which is the best. So basically it's saying, like, you know what, I'm not going to focus on the past anymore, and I'm not going to be so caught up in everything that's happening right now. I'm going to focus on the future and what I can make my life, and life is really hard right now, but the only thing that keeps me going is that there will be a new reality in the future and that I will get through this, and I have to believe that because the only way that I'm going to get through this time right now is by having hope for the future. That's the only way I'm going to get through this, which helps me every single day. And that goes to like my faith in God and to just believing that everything will work out and there will be a new reality and every day will get better, you know? Aw, thank you, AJ, you're so sweet. Thank you, Sala_Deary, that's super sweet. Things will get better. Yes, things always get better, and I really, really do believe that. Hey, Noodle.nemh, and it's also a lot about your outlook too. I really do. God gives us hope. Yes. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to have faith. Well, that's where I get to in this pre-chorus. I know I'm not alone, but I'm losing doubt. Try to keep the faith, but I don't know how. So basically that's about, like, I know God's there. I know I believe in God, and I love God so much, but I'm losing faith. You know what I mean? But, like, I know I'm not alone, but I just don't know how to keep the faith, but I need to. But I truly believe in the phrase that faith the size of a mustard seed can take you anywhere. Like they say that all the faith you need is the faith of a mustard seed, and that's all you need. So for me, it was being just like, I do have that mustard seed of faith. I do. I don't know how to keep the faith, but I'm going to keep praying. I'm going to keep trying because I do have that mustard seed of faith. Even though sometimes there's those doubts, you have that mustard seed of faith, and I do believe, you know? Aw, thank you so much. You're so sweet, AJ. Thank you so much for all the support. You're being the sweetest people ever, so I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You're the best, like, people in the whole entire world, and I really appreciate it. And I hope you love this song as much as I do. Bridge. Is a side of me you won't see. No, you'll never meet the real me. There's a side of me you won't see. No, you'll never meet the real me. So that's kind of a cool, mysterious line, and it's basically saying, like, yeah, you're never gonna meet. Here's the thing. I think people are so multidimensional, and I really believe that. I don't think any of us are one-dimensional human beings. I think so many of us have so many sides to us. We have so many talents. We have so many emotions, so many different parts of ourselves to tap into, and so much of the time, society and the world wants to put us into a box and tell us who we are. And I've felt that just a lot with society and the world and people around me. I feel a lot of people always trying to put me in a box and tell me what I am. And for me, I never want to be put into any box at all. I feel like I can be so many categories. I could be super sweet. I could be super sassy. I could be the happiest person in the world. I could be really sad and really down. Like you could be, like there's just so many sides to all of us as human beings. And so it's basically saying like, you know what, I'm multidimensional and you're never gonna know the real me. And there's different sides of me that you won't see, and I'm not gonna let you put me in a box. And that's really what that means to me. It's like, you're never gonna meet the real me, you're never gonna understand, you're never gonna fully get it. So, whatever. Rather be lost than ever be found. So that is Smiling, lyric by lyric, and I hope you love the song. I love the song. The lyrics are kind of sad, but I love it so much, and it makes me so happy. I love your pom-poms. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being so sweet. Oh, and by the way, I also wanted to announce that the music video is out now. And basically, the music video has a whole entire story, and I kind of wanted to explain the story to you a little bit. So, the story is of a cheerleader because the song is cheerleading themed, and the reason why I wanted to make the song cheerleading themed is because I think just a lot of times in the world, but someone will eventually see the real you, so just wait. We'll see. Because there's a side of me you won't see. No, you'll never meet the real me. Anyways, so the song is cheerleading theme, and the reason why the song is cheerleading theme is because I think cheerleaders are just such a good example of like being the happy, peppy people like, woo, go team, W-I-L-D, Wildcats. Touchdown! Like those perky people. But I really do believe that a lot of times the perkiest people that you meet in life are actually often the saddest and often dealing with the struggles. And I think because you see people who are really, really happy, you tend to think like, oh, well, they don't need my help. You know what I mean? They have it all figured out. And it's like, it's those people that you think have it all figured out and that you think have it all that you'll kind of just ignore because you're like, they're good. But in reality, they're struggling too a lot. So basically, I wanted the story to be about a cheerleader who is secretly dealing with depression. So basically, it's a cheerleader who, like, the reason why they're a cheerleader isn't even because they love the sport, but it's just because they do it for social security, social approval, and just to look cool, and they just want to look cool. And so they join the cheerleading team to look cool. They're like trying to be as cool as they can, but they still aren't getting fulfillment, and they're trying to get fulfillment from like being a cheerleader and outside affirmation, but they still have this secret and this burden. And even though they're smiling on the outside and this perky cheerleader that looks so happy, on the inside they're dying and they're just miserable and completely broken inside. Because I think that could happen a lot. So it was a really fun music video to do, and I think a lot of it was fun. And at the end, I don't want to give away what happens, but there is a big thing that happens where the cheerleader And yeah, because sometimes if you don't get help, that's just gonna eventually happen. And just getting help is important. But I think it's very important to get the right help, because sometimes if you try to ask for help and the people don't care, because it goes to that, people don't care about who you are, so why would I show you all of my scars? So if any of you are struggling, I encourage you to get help, but I encourage you to try to get the right help, because it can be very devastating if you get the wrong help. Also at the end, I put like suicide hotline numbers and depression hotline numbers and all types of hotline numbers, because I think hotlines can be a great place to get help. So that is the story behind the music video. That went dark. Yeah, it did go dark. I have a dark side. Shh, don't tell anybody. But I'm really pink and happy. But I do have a little bit of dark side. Absolutely, it's a great message. Oh, thank you. It's always supposed to have a good message. I just think art is a beautiful way that you can express things and show things. And it's a low budget video, but I tried my best. You know, I love your dark side more. You do. But here's the thing about my dark side. My dark side is cute and pink and glittery. Because that is who I am. I love it. Like, the pink thing for me is not ingenuine. Like, I'm obsessed. I mean, you know that. I don't think I could fake it. I would be a really good actress if I could fake it. Like, if I actually hated pink. Although I do love black, too. I do. See, I told you, you're getting to see all different sides of myself. Maybe you will know the real me. No pun intended. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Oh, yeah. And then I also want to share the story behind the song, which is, so basically it started off as like this really crazy like pop rock song of like, I'm swelling on the outside but dying on the inside, swelling on the inside but dying on the inside. It was like really weird, and I wrote it like a long time ago, and I kind of just had that, and then I changed it. And then once I got older, I really, once I got to the point where I actually started recording songs, I saw that hook of smiling on the outside, dying on the inside. And I was like, wow, I really feel this right now. Like, so extremely, because it was a really emotional time when I wrote the song. Luckily, I'm not quite as emotional anymore. Thank you, God. Lots of prayer got me through it a little bit. But when I wrote the song, I was very emotional. And just like so much stuff was happening, and it was like a lot at one time. And I think like it was pandemic times too. So it's just like, I really did feel that isolation and that like aloneness that I think a lot of us have felt. And so I wrote that song, and it was really fun, and it came together really quickly. It was one of those things that just like, I probably wrote the song in about 10 minutes. Like, it went so fast. It just really spilled out of me, and it was just like everything that I was feeling at the time, and it was just so perfect and the right thing that I had to say. And then I recorded it during COVID, but I recorded it very COVID safe during COVID. But something really interesting happened while I recorded. I was like, should I share this? Should I share this? And then I was like, yeah, I'll share it. So basically, as I was recording the song, It takes about an hour to record the song. I'm almost done recording the song. I think that I'd recorded everything but the bridge. And then, I don't know what happened. But God is our knight in shining armor. Amen. Amen. Praise God. Praise God. Even I praise God for like even allowing me to make this song. Like, I feel like this song to me is such a gift. It's such an artistic gift, and it really like allowed me to comprehend what I was feeling and what I was going through. And I feel like making this song was so therapeutic for me too, and like really helped me get through the time. And like, I'm just so thankful to God for even like allowing this song to happen. Like, just thank you, God. But anyways, as I recorded it, so I'm recording the bridge, I believe, and I don't know, I start not feeling that well. And I'm like, this is strange. And I'm like, but you know what? Like, keep going. Keep going. I don't want to, like, be a wimp. Keep going. Because I'm the type of person where I always push myself. I've always pushed myself beyond my limits and all that type of stuff. Your song helped me with my family problems. Oh my gosh, it did. I'm so, so happy. I'm so, so happy. And don't listen to your family. You are the most beautiful person in the whole entire world, and you deserve to be respected, and you deserve to be loved, and you deserve to be treated well. Oh, God bless you too, Lucas Salas, because I think smiling is a little part of that too, in a way, where it's like, still almost to people who don't treat me well, I'm probably going to just keep smiling on the outside and dying on the inside, because it's like, you don't treat me well and you don't respect me, so you don't even deserve to, like, get to know me in a way. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. But let me know if it didn't. Oh yeah, but anyway, so I'm singing and then I start not feeling well. And then it starts going to another level where, and see, you know I'm a fainter. You know I'm a fainter. And I get this instant feeling like I'm fainting. I have 5 seconds till I'm dead and fainting. And yes, it makes sense. Okay, good, it makes sense. And then I was like, can I sit down? And then I just faint. And I'm going to the chair to sit down, and I just bloop, 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 faint as I'm recording the song. And then I also hit my head on a mic stand. Blood is going everywhere. Yeah, I faint easily. You do too? Yeah. It's a hard life when you faint all the time. I faint way too much. It's embarrassing. And yeah. And so blood's running down my face. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And so then, and it was probably pretty embarrassing. Oh, you need to take care of yourself. I know. And then, so I wipe all the blood off. And so then I did the rest of the song. And the hilarious part for me is when I hear this song, I can hear the parts that I sang. Was it a lot of blood? It was a lot. It actually really was. It was a lot of blood. Ugh, yeah. And it's so weird because when I listen to the song, I can hear the parts that I sang before I fainted, and I can hear the parts that I sang after the fainted, and I can hear the difference. So basically, I'll let you know. So the full vocal is before I fainted. The bridge is a side of me you won't see. No, you'll never meet the real me. That's after I fainted. And then the keep you in the dark, hide you from my heart, know it from the start, tearing me apart. Those background vocals, those are after I fainted. And then basically, throughout the whole song, I doubled the song, which basically, if you don't know what that means, is basically you have a lead vocal and then you double it. So basically you just sing a background vocal of the exact same lead vocal, and then they double it, and so there are 2 vocals on the track, and that background vocal is after I fainted, and the first one is before, and somehow I could just hear the difference. It's really funny, but it's so ironic, because here's the thing. I've never fainted once in my life. I want to know what it feels like. Honestly, you don't. It's such a bad feeling. It's like you don't want to. It stinks. It doesn't feel good. Yeah, it does not feel good at all. I guess that song is nice. I should listen to it. Oh, thank you. I would love if you'd listen to it. Thank you for being so sweet. But I thought it was so ironic because here's the thing. I got a scar in my eyebrow. You can't see it too well, but it's right here, from the mic stand. I got a scar, and I can't believe that I got a scar while I sing a song that goes, I'd rather be lost than ever be found. Try all they want, they'll never figure me out. People never care about who you are, so why would I show them all of my scars? I got a legit scar while recording that song, which was like hilarious. And then it was also funny because it's like, I'm smiling, yeah, I'm smiling on the outside, but I'm dying, yeah, I'm dying on the inside. And I always feel like fainting is the closest you can get to dying in a way, because you really are unconscious for like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds. So I thought it was so ironic that I fainted during it. Wow, that's iconic. I know, right? It was like at the end of the day, like, 'cause here's the thing. For me, a coping mechanism for me is like comedy. So it's the type of thing where I can either cry because I'm so upset and be like, oh my gosh, I fainted. This is so embarrassing. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Or you could just let it go and be like, I got a scar on my eyebrow and fainted while recording a song. That's hilarious, you know? Like, you kind of have, in the dark times, like, I always, like, in my darkest times and whenever I'm going through something, I always try to find humor in the situation. That's just my coping mechanism. That's how I cope, and it really helps me. It really, really does. So, anyways, thank you so much for listening to the song. So that's where the scar was from. Yes. That's where the scar was from. It was the week of Thanksgiving, if you remember that. You need to laugh. Laughter is medicine. 100% laughter is medicine. So thank you so, so much for listening to the song, and thank you so much for joining this release party. I really, really appreciate it. It's been so fun to do this song with you. Make sure to watch the music video, and please let me know what you think. Please listen to the song, and please give me your honest feedback. I would absolutely love to hear what you think. It would mean the world to me. I'm just going to sing the song one more time, and then I'm going to go. But thank you so much for joining, and I love you so, so much. And by the way, I will be doing TikTok challenges to smiling all day, and if you do a video on TikTok, I will duet it. So make sure to tag me if you do, so I can duet it. And also thank you so much to all the YouTube channels who have posted smiling. So many YouTube channels have. Also, an amazing podcast posted the song, which is I'm so, so thankful for. So thank you, and thank you to all the playlisters. A lot of amazing playlisters have posted it as well, like Equinity, Scope.nl. I can't think of all of them right now. There have honestly been a lot. And then lots of radio stations who post the song as well. And thank you to all the blogs supporting the song too, because this song is so important to me and is honestly like my favorite song. And I'm really excited to share with you. And I really hope that it helps you. I really do. And I hope it makes you feel like you're not alone. I hope you get it and love it and just have fun with it, and it's actually kind of like a fun song, so I hope it can even make you happy a little bit. But let's do this. Are you ready? Let's do it. Should we do the gold mic or the pink mic? Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Are you thinking gold or pink? I don't know. Figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? Rather be lost than ever be found. Try all they want, they'll never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? People never care about who you are. Cause I'm smiling, yeah, I'm smiling on the outside. Look from the scratch, holding it close. Yeah, I'm dying, yeah, I'm dying on the inside, inside, inside. Should I change the way I feel? She set me free every day. Must believe in a new reality. I know I'm not alone, but I'm losing doubt. Trying to keep the faith, but I don't know how. I'd rather be lost than ever be found. Trial and error will never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? I'd rather be lost than ever be found. Trial and error will never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? Keep in the dark, looking for my heart. 'Cause I'm smiling, yeah, I'm smiling on the outside. Know it from the start, tearing me apart. But I'm dying, yeah, I'm dying on the inside. This song makes you feel like you are not alone. Oh, thank you. There's always someone beside you. Yes, you can't see them, but they are watching deep down. You know something's wrong, but you can't say anything out loud. Yes, you get it. There's a side of me you won't see. No, you'll never meet the real me. There's a side of me you won't see. No, you'll never meet the real me. I'd rather be lost than ever be found. Trial, they will never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? Rather be lost than ever be found. Trial, they will never figure me out. People never care about who you are. Why would I show them all of my scars? Keep you in the dark. Hide you from the heart. Know it from the start. Tearing me apart. But I'm dying on the inside. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for an amazing release date so far, and it is just the beginning. So much more to go today. Make sure to check out my TikTok and YouTube for more updates. I love you so much. Have an amazing day and keep smiling. Love you so much. And I'm always here for you, so if you ever need someone to talk to, let me know. Love you.